I'm Andy COHN, the president and publisher of the FADER. Started out as a magazine, and the magazine had to, really evolve into more than that in order to survive. We've really benefited from being a small, nimble, independent company without a giant board of directors. So we've been able to make changes like on the fly. The FADER was the first magazine ever to be distributed through iTunes as a PDF. And we were just able to do that, and we had companies like Time Inc., Wenner Media, Condé Nast, questioning what we were doing. Everything has pretty much begun to revolve around the website as our nucleus. Fader.com has been relaunched 3 times and now is really a full-blown site. We have more of the philosophy of that we're focusing on great content, and we'll kind of go wherever our readers want us to be. So right now we feel that our approach to print is exactly what it's supposed to be, which is 6 times a year, coffee table style, collectible, emphasis on photography and the physical product of the magazine. Medium form size articles, nothing like trying to compete with a website, nothing too long form. And then the web is where you're able to bring all of that stuff to life and watch videos, listen to tracks, download things, stream things, and really get a sense and a 3-dimensional feel to what we're talking about on a every other month. We work to partner with like-minded brands that are looking to really invest back into the emerging music space, in that culture. And a brand like Vitamin Water has been super supportive of artists that are not necessarily household names, but they're taking a kind of stake and really planting a flag in that, space. So I think the benefit for them is that they're seen by the consumers these days as enablers of a great experience. There are brands that have tried to insert themselves into the culture instead of really just supporting the culture, and it's 2 very different, avenues to go down. Fader Ford is really our kind of, culminating kind of marquee halo event, if you will. It's over 45 bands, in 4 days of all different genres from different parts of the world. And I think it's really kind of encapsulates everything the Fader brand is about, which is presenting things, to new audiences for the first time, and really having great taste, ultimately in music. At least, we think so. Little B is a great example in that he kind of stands for everything that we stand for, and there's just a lot of commonalities between what he's doing as an artist and the role we play as an independent publisher. He's been able to really get his message out, what he stands for, his music, his videos, and he's built a following by embracing his fan base. He's someone that during my time at the Fader relentlessly pounded us to the point where we, a bunch of us actually had to block him for a little while on Twitter because it was really a spammy experience. And then he even actually came up to the office and handed his mixtape out to a couple of people, and nobody really knew who he was. And then we kind of started actually listening to a couple of his tracks and realized that that was him, and I ended up unblocking him, and we ended up putting him on the cover of the magazine. We're not rolling dice and saying this is going to be the next Kanye West. We do have artists like Kanye West, like the White Stripes, that we've covered before anyone else, and they have gone on to major success, and that's great when that happens, but for us it's not really what it's all about. For us, we want to challenge the readership, but when we do find someone like Frank Ocean that happens to be on the Jay-Z Kanye album, which is released on Tuesday, the day before our issue comes out, it really tees things up, and there's a lot of heat surrounding him. This is one of the most exciting covers we've done in a while. We put the issue out with an exclusive cover for the next 2 months. We only have 6 issues a year, so we plan them pretty far in advance. This happened to be the day after, something that basically ate the internet, to have 2 features that were standout features on Watch the Throne be Frank Ocean and have him on the cover of the Fader. BET had us on 106 and Park holding the magazine cover up. There were other sites scanning in the Frank Ocean article from the Fader print edition and then posting it on their site. So we had to put the feature story up on our site about 2 weeks before we were planning on doing so. We're always on the lookout for what's next, and who's doing something that's taking things in a different direction, musically, who's really pushing the kind of envelope, and again, ultimately it comes down to, do we love how this music sounds? It's pretty basic. And this is Andy from the Fader giving a big shout out to lastereo.tv. Did I get that right?